Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm G&G and in this episode of Porto Call we are going to find out how Season 2 at Porto went as we tried to match Jose by winning the Champions League here at Porto. Of course, in Season 1 we won the league on the final day of the season. We also won the League Cup, so 2 trophies in our first season. And how did we get on in Season 2? So how this is going to work is I have already holidayed through the season. I did the pre-season, I did the transfers, set up the tactics, handed it over to the assistant to keep those tactics going, and we holidayed through the season. We're going to go through how it went, and we will start off by having a look at our transfer business in the summer. So here you can see the transfer business we did at the start of the season. 5 players in, 6 players out in total. We look at the players in at the moment. Jacob Kiowar was on loan with us last season. He permanently signed. That deal was arranged before I came in, so he signed for us for 26 million. That was already agreed. My first signing off the transfer window was Beraldo from PSG for 31.5 million, and he is a really good centre back. There was plenty of potential in his growth as well. You see his stats. He played a lot of games this season. We'll go through at the end of the season how people performed more closely. Up front next was a loan deal from Arsenal again for Christian Mosquera. We changed our centre back partnership for this season, and he was a good player to bring in on a loan, and he will be returning to Arsenal at the end of the season. Another player who came in was Devier Mikado as a backup left back for us behind Kiowar. Came in for 3.5 million, and he had no appearances this season at all in the lineup, but he was just there as depth really. Then our final signing of the summer was Conor Gallagher from Atletico Madrid for 17.5 million. A bit of experience in the midfield for us. Players who left included Karama, who was a backup winger. Daniel Lopez was a young left back who went to Juventus. A young centre back in Gabriel Bras, who went to Gil Vicente. Big summer departure was Perez, our centre back. He went to Saudi for 46 million, which was a 35 million profit for the club. Samuel Portugal went to, where did he go? He went back to Brazil there. He went to Brazil. And then Gabby Vega left in January. He went to Saudi. He was kicking up an absolute fuss during the pre-season, really damaging the dynamics. So he was sold in January. I allowed offers to be accepted for him in January if a big offer came in. 56 million came in for him and a 43 million profit. So that was our summer business. We spent 80 million. A total of 108 million came in with that Gabby Vega deal in January. That is the lineup for our squad for the season. Let's start off our season roundup with August and September. So our season kicked off with a bit of a slow start in August. We were away to Victoria. It ended 0-0, and then we took on Sporting at home, our big title rival from last season. And again, it finished 0-0. 2 games without scoring, but 2 clean sheets as well, which was good to see with our new centre-back partnership. Finally, we scored our first goal of the season. A little bit fortunate here from Froholt, putting us 1-0 up. We went on to beat Vizela 4-1 for our first win of the season. And we wrapped up August with a 2-0 win over Estoril. Pepe and Varela with the goals. We suffered our first league defeat though of the season away at Quesapia. Vega put us 1-0 up. They equalised, and late on this goal made it 2-1, and we fell to our first defeat in the league. We started our Champions League campaign with a comfortable home win against Feyenoord, 3-1, 2 for Agahawa, 1 for Pepe, and we were up and running in Europe. But just a week later, we had a bit of a nightmare at the Bernabeu. Trent Alexander-Arnold put Real 1-0 up. Then this red card from Fernandes for a challenge on Bellingham put us down to 10 men for the second half. Real scored 3 goals. We fell to a 4-0 defeat. That left us on 3 points after 2 games in the Champions League phase. We got back to winning ways in the league at the end of September. A 2-0 away win at Tondela. 2 goals for Agahawa. Sainz was sent off just after half time, but we had a goodish start to the season in August and September. Next up, October and November. Well, November kicked off with a home game against Nacional and a comfortable 3-1 win. Goals for Agahawa with a brace, Gabby Vega with the third, and a 3-1 win there. Then we went away to take on Braga, one of our big rivals in Portugal, and it was a real ding-dong battle. But this brilliant backheel finish from Samu, making it 1-0 with 23 minutes to go. We held on for a huge away win there. Then another big 1-0 win came in the Champions League. It was Sainz this time firing home on the half-hour mark for a 1-0 win at home to Milan and showing we could compete in Europe. Up next was Porto, a 3-1 win, a hat-trick for Samu, who was in fantastic form. Signed a new contract in the summer. I made sure to get that deal done. And he will start this season on fire. Cup game then against Fatima. We won 4-0. Conor Gallagher getting his first goal for the club and another 2 for Samu. And then right at the end of this month, we took on Benfica. Sainz put us in front, and this goal from Pepe doubled our lead. And then Samu made it 3-0 for a 3-0 win over Benfica at the end of October. Into November, we took on Karabag in the Champions League. Came away with a 3-2 win. It was William Gomez who got the third goal, which proved to be the winner there. Then back to league action, we took on AVS and a comfortable win, 4-1, 2 for Sainz, 1 for Sousa, who's the youngster in the squad, and Samu got a goal too. Back in cup action, we got a 4-1 win, comfortable again. Mascara getting his first goal for the club. And then in Champions League action, we went to Naples to take on Napoli, and it was a big night for Samu, sealing his hat-trick here, a Champions League hat-trick, and away win in Italy for us. And we ended the month with a 1-0 win against Moriense, 1-0 thanks to Froholt. Good start to the season. We move into December now as we reach the halfway point of the season. Well, we kicked December off with a bit of a tough game for us against Gil Vicente, and we needed this very late Samu goal to get a 3-3 draw. Dropped points for the first time in a while in the league, but the rest of December was pretty perfect. We took on Dortmund in the Champions League, a 2-1 win. Alberto Costa with the second goal, which proved to be the winner. They pulled one back, but had a man sent off as well late on. Portimonense, we beat 6-0, 4 goals for Samu. Fantastic season he is having, first half of the season for sure. Pepe and Froholt with the other goals. In the Cup, we beat Santa Clara for a 4-1 win to advance further there. Rio Ave was up next. Sainz and Vega with the goals for a 2-0 win. And our last 2 games of the first half of the season, Aroca, a 3-0 win. Goals for Vega, Costa and Conor Gallagher. And then Maritimo, we beat 3-0. 2 for Vega, 1 for Agahawa. And that finished December, and that was the halfway point of the season. So let's take a look at how the table was at that point. So at the halfway point of the season, we were in second position. We were 4 points behind Benfica, having a much better season second time round here. We're 5 points clear of Sporting, who of course we only beat by 3 points in the title race the season before. So yeah, 17 games were gone. We had lost once. We'd drawn 4 times though. That was the real change between us and Benfica. 4 points there between us. Going into the second half of the season, could we close that gap and make it back-to-back league wins that start off in January and February to find out. So the new year started off with a massive clash away in Lisbon against Sporting, and we took the lead just after half-time through Samu from the penalty spot. Just 2 minutes later, this goal from Sporting levelled it up at 1-1, and it ended that way. So we drew both our league games against Sporting this season. Then it was League Cup action, the semi-final. We defeated Benfica 3-1, Agahawa, Mora and Pepe with the goals. And in the final, the scoring was opened by Froholt here after 23 minutes. And we went on for a 4-0 win to make it back-to-back Taça de Liga titles for us. We win it in both seasons here at Porto. Back to league action, a 4-2 win against Tondela. Goals for Conor Gallagher getting a brace, Froholt and Agahawa getting us the win there. But we did drop points in our next game when we took on Victoria. We drew 0-0 with them on the first day of the season here. We drew 2-2. Baraldo got his first goal for the club. Samu made it 2-2. And more points dropped in the league. In the Champions League, we went to Turkey, Istanbul, and we took on Galatasaray. Came away with a 3-3 draw from that game. Luke de Jong with a very late equaliser. Back in league action, we scraped a 1-0 win against Vizela. A busy January so far, but we were undefeated at this point. And we continued that undefeated run when we beat Newcastle 2-1 at St James's Park to finish up the league phase. And as you can see here, we finished in third position straight through to the round of 16. Back to league action. To end January, we beat Estoril 5-1. Froholt, Agahawa and Luke de Jong amongst the goals. Next up at the start of February was Quesapilla, 2-1 win, Pepe getting the winner. Aroca up next, a comfortable win, 3-1, really were hitting form now. Famalicão, 2-0 win, Conor Gallagher and Sainz with the goals. And Conor Gallagher scored again here with this free kick against Tondela, give us a 1-0 lead at half time. Samu made it 2-0. And in perfect February, 4 wins from 4, an undefeated 2027 so far. Would it continue into March and April? March kicked off with the round of 16 of the Champions League. We were drawn against Dortmund away in the first leg, and this very late Fabio Silva goal meant a 1-0 win for the home side that we'd have to turn around in the second leg. We got a 1-0 win in the league against Nacional thanks to Samu from the penalty spot, and sadly we couldn't turn around that deficit. Dortmund made it 2-0 in aggregate after 22 minutes. Conor Gallagher pulled one back, but Julian Brand made it 2-1, knocked out of the Champions League, and we won't be repeating Jose's magic of winning a Champions League with Porto. If we go back to March though, we were back in league action against Braga. We needed a very late Agahawa goal to separate the sides, scoring here with 10 minutes left to give us 3 points on the road against Braga. Huge win there in the title chase. Chavez was up next, a 4-1 home win. Agahawa with all 4 goals. Then a 0-0 draw with title rivals Benfica at this stage. Away from home, not a bad point to get, but yet another draw this season. Into April, we took on AVS, a 5-1 win there. Conor Gallagher, Beraldo among the goals. Our signings in the summer doing the business this towards the end of the season, because in this 3-0 win against Moriense, Conor Gallagher scored again alongside Pepe and Sainz. Gil Vicente, who we lost to earlier in the season, we beat 3-0. Agahawa, Gallagher and Sainz with the goals. We took on Chavez in the Cup, and we won 4-1 in that game. Portimonense finished off April, and it was a 1-1 draw. More drop points for us. Agahawa with the goal, but we conceded a late equaliser. We go into the final month of the season, May, chasing a domestic treble. So May was the final month of the season, and we had 4 games in May. First up, Rio Ave beaten at home by us 3-1. Agahawa, Pepe and Conor Gallagher. Next game up, a 4-0 win against Maritimo. Conor Gallagher in the goals again, and so was William Gomez, Samu and Sainz. And then our final game of the season, a nervy one, made a lot easier with first half goals for Pepe, Conor Gallagher, and this one for Samu just before half time. They pulled one back. We won 3-0 on the final day, and if we bring up the table, you can see that we managed to win the league. 3 points ahead of Benfica. Despite drawing 7 games this season, they lost 1 more game than us. 85 points less than last season, but we do back-to-back Portuguese titles. And then on the final day of the season, we had the cup final against Vizela. They made us work for it, but with 15 minutes to go, Conor Gallagher here opened the scoring. Agahawa added 2 more for a 3-0 win. A domestic treble for us, League Cup and League Cup, ending our time at Porto. And yeah, we didn't get the Champions League. We wanted, knocked out in the round of 16. We win the league, we win the cup, and we win the Liga. We also won the Super Cup, so actually 4 trophies this season. Really good season for us. Second season round. Our transfer business done really well in the summer. Top scorer was Agahawa. 53 goals in 53 appearances. 7 assists as well. Conor Gallagher, what a signing. 16 goals and 5 assists in 23 games. 53 appearances as well for Froholt. 14 goals, 21 assists. But our leading assist man was actually Pepe. In 55 games, he got 23 assists and 13 goals. And yeah, if we look also at, I was going to show, we go to Diego Costa. His season, he had 18 clean sheets in the league out of 32, and 1 clean sheet in the Champions League. Yeah, really good season here at Porto. We end our time. We won the league in both seasons. We won the cup in the second season, won the League Cup both seasons. Sadly, we couldn't win that Champions League like Jose did, so we don't match the special one. But overall, it is success here at Porto. Samu Agahawa, what a striker he was. 53 goals in that season. Fantastic. So that is the end of Porto Call. The plans have slightly changed for the main save Jobless to Greatness. It's going to be delayed a little, just with the updates still to come on the game on release. That will come out in the next few days. But for now, just keep an eye out for any videos that are posted before then. I might try and put up a few experiment videos in the full release. But we will see what happens. If you did enjoy this season-long review of Season 2, please drop a like on the video. Always good to see more likes and if people are enjoying them. Don't forget to leave any feedback in the comments. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. Really helps this channel to grow and it'll help you catch every video that's posted off FM26. And until the next one, please take it easy.